Mark, welcome to Excel Health's podcast, Keep It Moving. Thank you for joining us today. You don't need any introduction. You are a Essex boy, and you are one of the fittest athlete Great Britain ever managed to find one. And I've been following you for a long time when I'm talking to my children about your career of 23 years. It's amazing what you have achieved. What I want to talk to you about, what made you to stand out from rest of the people so that you were winning so many gold medals and winning, 5 times Olympic medals, all those things. What made you to be in this level as good as where you are?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
I suppose when I started out, it was very much as a kid when I learned to swim, I just had the mindset that I wanted to beat other people. And I think that's ingrained in all of us, because whenever we play Monopoly or you start playing games and sport, swimming is sport is a game. Wanting to win, you just realise along the way that other people are better than you, but you always start off wanting to do your best. And I progressed very, very quickly. I think it probably helped at an early age. I was taller than the rest of the people.
Yes.
And that comes down to paddles, big hands, big feet flippers. So if I was up against another kid that was slightly smaller, and a lot of kids were way smaller than me, I technically had an advantage because we know elite sport, in whatever sport it is, your physique has a big advantage. Therefore,
yes.
Basketball players are tall, rowers are tall, gymnasts and divers are short. I did gymnastics and then I became too tall and I kept banging my head every time I did a somersault. So it kind of goes hand in hand with that. And I suppose so physiologically I was good from the start. I had the right attributes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of figured out that my mum used to get me up every morning, take me to the pool, and she was the driving force behind me. And I was fortunate enough that I was the fastest swimmer in the world for my age when I was 11. I got a scholarship to Millfield School, and when I turned up there, I had people better than me. And every day, day in and day out, I used to sort of try and be as good as the other people because they were senior swimmers. So I think surrounding myself with better people than me and just trying to be as good as them and trying to be better than them made me a better athlete. And then being away from my mum, who was the driving force, I kind of realised that if I didn't get myself out of bed in the morning, which when I first arrived at the school, I was not the best at, because my mum wasn't there, right? I got used to my mum.
The mum needed to shout and scream to get you off the bed.
She'd wake me up, give me breakfast, put me in the car. She had to drive me literally, and she kind of pushed me and motivated me. So all of a sudden, when she wasn't there, when I didn't turn up, I got in trouble with my coach.
Oh, God, okay.
Which I didn't like. And then my results got worse. We kind of figure the results got worse because you didn't train so much is obvious. So it's taken personal responsibility. So I just got into a habit of just motivating myself, getting up in the morning, getting to the pool, trying as hard as possible, surrounding yourself with people better than you. I just had the environment for success, I suppose.
Fantastic. We talked about mindset. Mindset is all about what makes you different from normal public to a great athlete. It's not only in sports. The mindset is all about in business and also in general way of living. Mm-hmm. I, as a physiotherapist, I see loads of people ill with the back pain and knee pain. Some people have the same problem. They just keep going and they lead a very good quality of life. They don't complain too much of the problems they have. They don't rely on any medications. For example, if you happen to meet one of your old friend, who's talking about back pain, knee pain, how would you talk to them about mindset and how do you motivate them?
Throughout my swimming career, I had niggles in my shoulders and niggles in my back. So I'm 6'6", I'm tall. And swimming, obviously, you use your arms an awful lot. But because I had niggles in my back, I kind of had lots of physiotherapy in the past my back. And I kind of know lots of different things that I know are good for you to do, which I know strength and conditioning, give you glutes, hold your back, and it goes hand in hand. So what I tend to do is, I'm not sure if your back was an example, but I tend to get on the floor and I give them exercises. It's a bit weird in the middle of a room of 1,000 people, but I give them exercises first of all and talk through that. But I suppose it's common sense. If you've got a problem, you go and get it looked at, you get it fixed. But then you don't just go, okay, I'm fixed now, off I go. No, there was a weakness there. So you need to then go, okay, these are the exercises I need to do to manage my body so that doesn't happen again. And it's just creating habits.
It is.
And when it becomes a habit, you don't think about it. And I talk to people about creating good habits, whether it's to do with In moderation, because you know
Yes.
you don't want to be a monk, but you know, in terms of drink water in the morning, drink enough water during the day. Simple habit to get into. Don't drink too much caffeine. Do these exercise. It's simple things that
And
become an
taking
easy
personal
habit.
responsibility is more important, isn't it?
100%.
And if they don't want to get better, not taking effort in getting better, they may not get better at all.
No.
You know, you had a good team around you. You had
Mhm.
great coaches in your swimming career. You had a physiotherapist, sports massage. And, you know, in this current economic climate, not many people, they want to live a good quality of life, but they don't want to invest on their own body, not going to the dentist regularly, not seeing their physio regularly, not having regular sports massage. And what would you say to them? How can you motivate them to say, you know, these are the things needed to maintain our good body so that we can live a long life?
First of all, your health is your wealth.
Yes.
Because if you're dead, it doesn't matter how rich you are, you can be the richest person in the graveyard. It doesn't do you any good. And I've got a lot of friends who are very, very wealthy, and I always and they don't invest in themselves. And I'm like, you're just going to leave it to your kids. What are you doing it for? I don't get it. I don't get that side of it. But also, I don't get the part of being a little bit fitter. And it's not about being an Olympic champion or Olympian or a professional athlete. Being a little bit fitter, a little bit stronger, makes day-to-day stuff just easier. Whether it be walking up the stairs at home, whether it be running for a bus, whether it be picking up your shopping, whatever it be, if you're just a little bit fitter and a little bit stronger and a little bit healthier, those things are easier. And therefore, it makes life a little bit easier. And ultimately, we all know with age, you lose muscle, you lose strength. There's a downhill curve at some point. So if you can manage that downhill curve a little bit better, you live a little bit easier and a little bit healthier and a little bit happier.
I want you to touch on a little bit never giving up. You know, making a commitment today to do something, but never give up on the venture. You know, always, as you said, it's going to be a roller coaster up and down. Some days you will feel fantastic. You're motivated to go and do more. But other days, as in England, the weather is horrible some days, or most days. And sometimes you got a great weather. You know, you don't want to be a fair weather exercise person. How do you, you know, share your experience where people can pick on that, you know, when I commit to something, I need to keep going?
I think first of all, it's people trying to find something they're interested in, something they like, they enjoy doing, but find your tribe of people that you. So for example, I live in Leigh-on-Sea and I live on the beach, and I used to see people getting into the water during the winter time having a cold water swim, and of course they recognise me and they go, "Oh, why don't you come for a swim?" And I'm like, I'm not mad. It's freezing. Okay, I go to the gym a lot, and I swim a lot in the gym, but I don't go in the sea. But I was interested. So I said, "Why do you get in the sea every day?" And they all went, "It's also good for my mental health, because I overthink. And while I'm in the sea and it's like 5 degrees, all I can think about is, oh my God, it's cold in here, right?" So it stops them overthinking whatever's going on in their head, in their life, whatever it might be. It teaches them to switch off, and they get into this habit of being able to switch off. But the bigger thing was, there were lawyers, school teachers, office workers, whatever. All these people, there was a lot of them that got in. They were called the blue tits.
Yes, yes.
For obvious reasons. But they all came from different walks of life, but they had one thing in common. So we're in that space together, and they were doing something that was a healthy thing. All of a sudden, they're surrounded by people they enjoyed and they liked.
Yes,
and they shared and they opened up on that side of things. So what I'm saying is, find something you're interested in. It might not be swimming, it might not be biking, it might not be gymming, it might not be something. Find something you're interested in. Find like-minded people, and then you just invest in it. You're not just investing in other people. Ultimately you're investing in yourself, because human beings are social animals.
That's true. That's true.
And it's always easier doing something or anything with other people. I'm not saying you're not going to go on a solo run or a solo bike ride or a solo swim on your own, but do things with other people, make it social, and then actually you forget what you're doing.
That's true. So it's becoming effortless so that people can enjoy, keep doing with their friends.
Yeah.
You know, when you join up with your friends, it's not a chore anymore.
No.
It's a fun activity. We all love to do it with our friends. And you know, you were on Strictly 13 years ago.
Yeah.
13 or 14 years now.
16.
16
You got me
years.
thinking, and I was like, how long ago was it? 16 years ago, yeah.
And I saw some of your earlier, videos, and you were pretty learning the dance.
It was a blank canvas. I had no dance experience. No. If I did it now, I'd be loads better because I've had the experience. But
And towards the later part of the stages, you did really, really well. Some of the dances were fantastic.
thank you.
And this
You've got a good eye.
Honestly, and it's all about repeating even though you may not enjoy dancing on those days, but you repeated it time and time again. You perfected your craft there. Thank you for tuning in so far. Let us talk about our main sponsor of this podcast, Excel Health. Excel Health is a highly specialized team focused on getting you back on your track so that you can enjoy your life without any aches and pains. If you are a person want to be independent in your own lifestyle or enhance your performance in your cycling or golf, any of your sporting events, or you're recovering from any of your injuries or pain, if you're looking for somebody to help you to get back on your track, we are the people. Excel Health have employed highly skilled physiotherapists, podiatrists, dietitians, and other healthcare professionals to get you back on your normal lifestyle. We have seen thousands of patients over the months with a chronic neck, back, or any joint pains, and also with the loads of medical ailments, which limits people's performance and quality of life. People often struggle to sleep with the aches and pains. If you want to get back to your normal sleeping pattern and get back on your golf course or cycling, or even if it is simple task as getting your grandchildren to school and back, and to be independent, you need to look for a partner that is from Excel Health. At Excel Health, we always use state-of-the-art tools for our trade, and also all the clinicians are highly experienced with years of experience under their belt. They've been using manual therapy, hands-on treatments, soft tissue massage and mobilizations, and all these things will enable you to get back to your normal life. When I say normal life, just normal pain-free sleep, walking from home to the school with your grandchildren or children, or rolling over at bed at nighttime, or cycling, golfing, any of those things which you consider as a normal life. And also we are highly experienced with all the medical knowledge which needs to differentiate whether it is just a simple sciatic pain or a complicated medical problems underlying. We would differentiate it for you. I know finding a physiotherapy provider is not that easy. There are a couple of choices out there. But if you're looking for somebody who are highly experienced, specialized in the field, and also a very friendly team you want to work with, not looking forward anywhere, just contact us at Excel Health. Our main phone number is 01795 60 60 66. If you want to be up to date with what we do, just follow us on all the socials we have, which will be on the description and on the bottom of this video. And looking forward to helping you to get back to your normal life. Now, it's time to get back to our podcast. Some of my clients sometimes think, when they do the exercise 2 times, 3 times, they say it's hurting, let me stop there. And they lose the momentum and motivation. I usually say to people, the world is not built in one day, and you need to just keep going as much as you can without hurting you again. Then I'm seeing you there, you're repeating it slowly, gradually making it better. Do you have any experience where you could share to our audience where they'll be thinking, what, he was a plain canvas, he did very, very well. Towards the end, he became a good dancer. I could do it with exercising, losing body weight, living a good, healthy life.
Yeah.
What's your tips to them?
Basically, first of all, not giving up. And I think set yourself a goal, and it might only be a short-term goal for the first month. I mean, ultimately, looking at the Olympic Games once every 4 years, that's a long period of time. 4 years is a long, 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 long time. So every year we had the championships, the Worlds, Europeans, Commonwealths, and then within each year we had championships. So there'd be certain points of the year where I had certain times that I could gauge myself and focus on and compare it to the year before. When it came to injuries, and they happened, you get injured for a reason. You either have an accident or something breaks down because you've got a weakness there.
Yes.
And my thing was always, okay, well, I want to turn a weakness into a strength. And it might take a short period of time. It might take a long period of time. But, the effort you put in is worth the fixing, right? Because it's yourself.
That's true.
Yeah, you're not doing a job or doing an exercise to fix somebody else over there. And you're like, why am I doing this? It's like, no, this is for your own health benefit. And we all know on that day when you get out of bed and you go, God, I feel great today. You don't think. You just get up. It becomes a habit. You walk in a certain way because it's a habit. You do certain things because they're a habit. Just make the exercise, whatever it is you're doing, part of your daily routine. And also, if there are people, I do a lot of stuff with my mum. I try and get my mum motivated and push her to do things, which is the opposite way around to it used to be when I was a kid. But it's now kind of going, okay, well, she fell over and hurt her wrist.
Okay.
And I said, okay, your physio says that. Let's break it down. I said, do 10 this morning. Have a coffee. Then do another 10. Then when you finish that and you've got to change, do the other 10. So I said, you don't just do 3 sets of 10 straight away.
That's true.
Break it up into little bits.
Simplify it.
100%. But you're still doing it.
Uh-huh.
But you're just doing it a slightly different way and distracting yourself and not going, this is a real hard effort. Make it work.
You had lots of shoulder pain. Swimmers are definitely. It's called swimmer's shoulder. And was there enough amount of support on those days for physiotherapy by the physiotherapist or osteopath or chiropractor to fix your shoulder pain?
When I was younger, no. I remember getting problems with my rotator cuff once. I can't tell you the exact diagnosis, what you'd have a word for it. But my coach, who's not a trained physio, used to have like a
ultrasound.
Just put ultrasound on it and whirl around with it.
Yeah.
If I try to explain to people, I did between 60 and 80,000 meters a week.
Wow.
80, that's up and down the pool. So you can imagine how much you use
how many
your shoulders.
times you are using it. Oh my God.
So I did get, and I always said it's niggles. I never had to have an operation. Okay. But I always had niggles, and then it was okay. Like manage it, just step off the volume a little bit while we fix it, and then I could push myself and go again.
So the strength and conditioning is the key, isn't it?
Yes.
Getting yourself fitter. Many people say that, I'm swimming. Swimming itself a good exercise. I tell them, no, you need to make your rotator cuff stronger and your lat dorsal stronger. Make them stronger so that your swimming will not irritate your shoulder or your rotator cuff muscles.
Yeah.
And people understand that now. So they go to the gym, do the exercises good enough so that they go and swim without any pain. And can we talk about your business venture you have with your dance fit? Because I really like that idea, what you're doing.
Yeah.
And this is what we do as a Pilates lessons or yoga lessons. Sometimes people will not commit their time to it. How did you manage to get that many people commit to that? And I think it's still going very well.
It is. It's called Fit Steps.
Yeah.
And in my head, it was Steps to Fitness.
Yeah.
So when I did Strictly Come Dancing, I wanted to get people fit and healthy.
Yes.
And in my head, it was like HIIT work that I used to do in the gym.
Yes.
Squat, thrust, burpees, and those sort of body weight stuff. But then I kind of realized a lot of people don't like gymming, and Strictly was really popular.
Yes.
From kids to parents to grandparents. Zumba's massive.
Yes.
So I kind of had a word with 2 of the dancers, the pro dancers on the show, and I said, look, I know about health and well-being.
Yeah.
I know that side of it because I've been a sportsman for...
You are a massive advocate about it.
23.
That's really great.
I loved it. I had a great time doing the show. And again, it was one of those, I throw myself into it and I learn something and I'll just push the boundaries. But being around other people and trying something different and something new for the first time, I felt really conscious and very unconfident. But then when you do it one time and you do it again at the end again, you kind of go, okay, I'm not going to be John Travolta, but do you know what? I can be the best version of myself, but also I can improve.
It is.
And I'm only going to be improved by doing it. So if I don't do anything, I'm not going to improve. So Fit Steps came around with myself, Ian Waite, Natalie Lowe, 2 pro dancers. They put the dance steps to music. Using 14 Latin and ballroom dances. So Zumba's very salsa-based, Latin, Brazilian salsa-based. Fit Steps has got all dances covered. I know we've got about 2,000 trainers across the UK now. So my thing was, give people that element of that tribe. People like dance. Go on, sign up to a class, be around people that something you enjoy doing, find other people that like enjoying the same thing, and you'll meet people. And it's sort of, as I say, go back to that social aspect. When you're doing things with other people, it's not work. And
thank you for what you're doing to bring up the well-being of the people. Pleasure. And that's my passion as well. And I support so many people to get back to their normal life, being active so that they lose weight and being healthy. And, it helped so many people across this county. It's amazing. Thank you for your time.
Pleasure.
And I hope people will take the golden nuggets from you and utilize it in their own life.
Awesome.
Thank you.